Game.
Get ready.
Anime.
And now, this world shall know pain.
These are some of the most well-known and favorite forms of entertainment all around the world, especially on the internet. They are so different yet have a lot of similarity. Both provide some fun and enjoyment to help forget a bit of school, work, or anything that bothers us at the end of the day. In these two forms of entertainment exist fans that create content around them, like anime YouTubers, gameplay YouTubers, and gameplay live streamers, all very popular forms of online entertainment. Now, this is nothing new, and I'm pretty sure you, dear viewer, if you click on this video, you already knew that, and are asking yourself, why are you making this? Well, because I have no idea how to start this video. Anyways, what if I told you that in 2020, something would explode on the internet, a trend, something new, but yet old, something unfamiliar, but yet familiar too. That something is the fusion between anime and YouTuber, anime and streamer, and its name is VTuber.
Before this, I never had.
You can't just go around showing off your fleshy bits all over the place.
Taking lives are eviscerating human souls.
Hi, Daddy. Welcome home.
Well, that was an interesting intro, but now we need to explain a bit of this video first. And then we are going to talk about VTubers. This video will contain both facts and my opinion. I will try to warn you when I give opinion. This video, I will not only talk about what a VTuber is, but also what I believe and research about the big boom in the VTuber trend in 2020. And this video is only about the year 2020, since that is the year where the VTubers became a phenomenon. That's why this video is titled VTuber Phenomenon. It's about how they got on the level of popularity this subculture got. Now let's speak a bit about what a VTuber is. First, I like to say that I consider VTuber a subculture. What I mean with a subculture, I will explain. A definition of subculture. A subculture is a group of people within a culture that differentiates itself from the parent culture to which it belongs, often maintain some of its founding principles. Subcultures develop their own norms and values regarding cultural, political, and sexual matters. In this case, VTubing is a subculture of the anime culture with a lot of internet gamer culture. VTubers usually are anime-looking characters, most of the time female, that are gaming on their streams, and they get a lot of money on donations, and yes, guys usually simp for them, and they know it.
Oh, fucking shit! What? Hope you hold me up for $7. Dad joke. And Jesus Christ!
Oh, I guess there are male VTubers, but nobody cares about them. Except Nux. Nux is a cool VTuber.
So anyway, Fifi last night decides, let's take revenge. She says, do you like Halo? These nuts. Fuck! Hey Nux, you heard about all the drama with that VTuber Holden? Holden these nuts. She keeps trying. She keeps trying so hard. It's so sad. She keeps trying so hard. And she tweeted this, I'm done with Nux Taku. It's so sad.
So let me explain it with a bit more seriousness what a VTuber is. A VTuber is a content creator that uses a piece of technology, USB camera with a face tracker, to make the anime character move or do facial expressions to make their videos or streams. This is literally the minimum requirement to be a VTuber, making your character face move and make videos or streams. Of course, there's VTubers that possess some levels of high-tech and expensive one to make their characters move their bodies and more. I think I don't need to say this, but without cash can't have a good VTuber avatar or model. There are programs that can pull something like the Sims character creator, but that might just give a barely average character, and you also may suffer from someone using a character with similar features as yours. So it's recommended to find an artist to make the design of your VTuber, someone to rig your character, and another to basically make the character inside the program that tracks you. Although if money is a problem, I would recommend take a more economic approach, like buying a pre-made model, or just use a PNG of your character and use it to stream. Yet again, I will remind you that being a VTuber is expensive. I am aware that this was a bare bones explanation of how to make a VTuber, but there's videos out there that can help you with that information. You could be lucky to find someone that can make all of that. But prices for rigging, for example, may average between $250 and $700. Oh, and also there's people that can't do this for male designs for some random reason. So if you want a male design, you might need the double of the lot. It's so nice to live in a female-dominated world. I guess points from feminists. Now we know what the VTuber is, we are going to speak about their past, the history of VTube.
I'm here! Morning, motherfuckers! Today's top news are... はい、どうも、こんにちは。キズのアイです。毎日
So this might be curious or interesting, but if I told you that Vocaloid is the root of the VTubers, would you believe me? Vocaloid in a nutshell is a music program that uses voices to sing. Think of Google Translator that sings with Japanese characters that were created with specific voices. The most popular example, there's Atsumiku. You might recognize her not only by her design but also voice. Vocaloid were really popular back on the day. There were holographic concerts. Yeah, I'm not joking, this got really big in Japan. It got so big and profitable that a group of people would come up with an interesting idea. That idea would be a VTuber. I know I skipped this part, but I don't have much knowledge about the Vocaloid, so we're going to speak about the godmother of VTubers, or some even call it the first VTuber, Kizuna Ai. So when people speak about the first VTuber, usually they refer to Kizuna as the first one, even though there's speculations that she isn't the first one. But when people go to that direction, there isn't any direct answer. That's why I refer to Kizuna as the godmother. But I can say that she was the first VTuber hitting 1 million subscribers. She got exposed from PewDiePie and the Anime Man.
Nice to meet you too.
For using the video in which
Hello, this is the Anime Man. そして今日は
はいどうもバーチャル YouTuber キズナアイです
キズナアイちゃんが来てくれました。
Her content was kinda formulated. She did gaming and other things that were popular back in 2016. But even though she was enjoyable to watch, she was not what made VTubers the phenomenon they are now. Kizuna would lose a bit of traction, and also the other existing VTubers, on that time that were older or younger than her. Now I would like to tell you that VTubers did lose the majority of the Western audience, but they kept a lot of their Asian audience, and that's what keeps the VTuber machine working. I guess you can call this period between 2017 and 2020 the dark ages of VTubers. I don't have much information about this period of time, and it's because of that I call it the dark ages, since I don't have that much info about that period of time. But I can tell you that during this time VTubers, at least the Japanese VTubers, were getting popular in Japan, without us the Western audience noticing. So we are going to talk about one of the groups of VTubers that during these dark ages would go in current times the dominators of VTuber entertainment on the internet, Hololive.
Motherfucker! Motherfucker! I'm a motherfucker princess! 違うのよ。実は女の子の日なのよ。
So, in the 2nd of December of 2019, Hololive was created. Hololive is a VTuber talent agency created by Cover Corp. What they do is open auditions so people or content creators can go and try to be one of their new idols. Yes, idols. VTuber idols. So Hololive VTubers were targeted to an Asian audience. And in some Asian countries, idols are really popular and loved. Now, I will not speak about the Asian idol industry. You can find videos about that on YouTube, but let me warn you, it's a deep rabbit hole, and also there's a bit of toxicity inside of behind the scene. Also, during my initial experience with VTubers, I did not know what Nissin Sanji was. So back to the Hololive girls. So they sing, they dance, that as unrealistic persons, or anime tropes, you know, like yanderes, tsunderes, and derederes. So you guys are aware that these types of personalities, or more correctly, tropes, aren't real, but they could be based off an over-exaggerated type of people, I don't know. And they play a lot of video games. Well, that's the main content that VTubers do, is gameplay live streams. So there's a smart thing that Hololive did when choosing the, let's say, actors for their character. They choose people that have different tastes in video games. Most of the Holo idols that play video games usually play different types of games, and only play the same game when it is something popular or in high demand. That's the only thing that's the only thing that I really enjoy from the Hololive girls, the variety of gamers that they possess. You might be able to find your type of gamer in this group. Now I will speak about the business plan from Hololive that would help make the big VTuber phenomenon happen. Kuryo Coco was a female Japanese virtual YouTube associated with Hololive, debuting as part of their 4th generation of VTubers alongside Tsunomaki Watame, Tokoyami Towa, Amane Kanata, and Imamori Luna. Sorry if I butchered their names. Coco was known for her fluency in Japanese and English.
Can I get Kiryu Coco Fit compilation? What the fuck is a fit compilation? The only compilation I know from X videos is a cream pie compilation.
Her Hasa Coco Live News and Reddit meme reviews show, and for being the #1 super chat donation earned in the world.
と日本の中で特にですね、注目度が高まったのは日本でですね、VTuber の桐生ココさんとか、ああいう方たちがですね、すごく世界でトップを取ったとか、
Why am I speaking a bit about her? Well, I said a couple seconds ago that she can speak fluently English, and I mean English, not English, nor broken English.
Bruh.
She can speak English really well. So in short, she was the main Hololive girl to suggest the creation of Hololive English, a group of girls that speak in English to make this content. This might be because in the shadows it was growing for Coco an English-speaking audience. This can be proven by the random channels that would dedicate their videos making subtitles for funny streams moments of this Hololive girl. So Hololive and probably Yago, who is Yago? He's just the CEO of Hololive, nothing special. So Hololive and probably Yago, seeing a big interest from the English community, created Hololive English, also known as Holomyth. Hololive English is an all-girl VTuber group undercover corporation aimed to the English-speaking audience. Their activities include live streaming mainly on YouTube, interacting with fans on Twitter. The talents perform using interactive 2D avatars provided by the company. So because the first gen is a small group of girls, I'm going to name them by debut date. On 12th of September of 2020, Mori Calliope, Takanashi Kiara. On 3rd of September, Ninomae Inani, Gargura, Watan Amelia, and just like most Japanese names, people call them by the last name. Now, I said that Hololive English had played a big part on the big boom of VTubers in the west side of the internet. But before these girls debuted, someone on the indie side of VTubers would make its debut in the beginning of 2020. Her debut helped this boom happen because of the drama between the cam girls from Chaturbate and their new member and also first cam VTuber. This VTuber goes by Project Melody.
There is a new cam girl on the scene. A cam girl that is offering something a little bit different. Project Melody has arrived on charts.
Melody is a virtual hentai cam girl that's known for taking over and dominating the viewer charts on Chaturbate since starting up her stream on February 7th. The first stream she ever made, achieving over 50,000 unique viewers, and even going as far as to breaking the Chaturbate chat with her Valentine's Day special.
Project Melody is this 3D animated virtual girl on Chaturbate, right? And apparently, she is the #1 Chaturbate.
So, now that we've reached such a lovely point in time, it brings tears to my eyes to just think that we've approached this moment in time where a real-life shmiantioi girl actually exists.
You're too kind.
Project Melody came out of nowhere and she was getting a big exposure thanks to the drama created by the members of the campsite Chaturbate. Side note, the person that came with the name of this site would make a great memester, or maybe not. So this drama goes like this. Project Melody makes her first cam show, and on Twitter a bunch of other cam girls make a big deal out of this. Well, you can imagine how the internet reacted knowing that apparently real girls were complaining that they couldn't compete with a 3D virtual character.
She goes, I'm trying to work, and I
absolutely
don't get tags, and I have to go against this
and managed to peel their
3D
trusty
animated
arses off their
cartoony
chairs
thing,
to
darling.
take to
If you
Twitter
can't beat this,
to
you're in
complain
trouble.
that their
Your
grueling
product needs
hard work of,
refinement.
taking
I mean,
their
good
clothes
lord,
off
what are you,
was
Google
being
Sedalia?
undermined.
Chaturbate? What the
By
I
a
didn't know you were trying to
cartoon.
get children on your
Wow,
site.
Chaturbate,
Yeah,
now it's
because
at 20k
anime
tokens and
porn
15k
and hentai is
people.
definitely for
Good
kids,
job,
you
cartoon,
know?
beating all
Definitely
us real
kid related.
people
I
on
remember being
Chaturbate,
6.
yes.
And instead of watching,
A
you know,
machine has come
Muppet
along,
Babies, I
and it
wanted
can
to
do
see
your
La
job
Blue Girl.
much better than you can.
I will quit
You
Chaturbate
are
if this
being
is going to be
replaced.
allowed. Why not
The
help
machines are
out your
taking
real
over.
models?
It
Question
happened
marks.
to the
I've been
farm
here for 5
workers.
years.
It happened to the
You've
factory
been on the site for
workers,
5 years,
and now
you've never
it's
made it to the
happening
front page,
you.
and you haven't even gotten tags
The
yet,
machines
and you think
are
threatening
taking
Chaturbate
over.
with
The
leaving
thought
matters to them?
Skynet
You're gravely
is
mistaken.
happening.
This created a chain reaction where this made Project Melody getting popularity in the anime community. It also helped that she made on YouTube a couple of videos about hentai. Thanks to that and also collaborations with Noble from Lost Post and Nux from Nuxtaku channel, she got an even bigger influence on the anime community. The same community and a couple of other YouTubers made videos about her and her situation. The snowball got bigger and then Melody makes an announcement, or better, said she explains her origin. I know what you're thinking. Well, she's going to do what VTubers usually do, and most content creators do. Streaming, what is the big deal? Well, there's two things. One of them is just an observation of mine that I will explain later. The other thing is, well, is a chain reaction, or better say, the phenomenon would start to explode, the VTuber phenomenon. The other thing is, well, is a chain reaction, or better to say, the phenomenon that would start the explosion for the VTuber phenomenon. Thanks to the lack of really good anime in 2020 and also the pandemic, VTubers found by luck a good internet environment to their community to grow, and grow it did. The VTuber with the biggest follow is Gargura with 3.14 million subscribers. It is not the greatest size by today's standards, but let me ask you a question. How many VTubers do you think exist on total, corpo and indie? Well, second Google existed by January 2020, 10,000 VTubers. I would like to remind you that Project Melodrama started around February of 2020, and the English Hololive only debuted in September of 2020. I tried to find some more recent numbers, but I couldn't find anything. With Melody raised on the internet, also the indie VTuber grew bigger and variant. The indie market got a chance to shine. That's because Melody is an indie VTuber. So that created a spark that made people join the VTuber party, commissioning their characters and start streaming like Haramouse and her iconic cute voice.
I saw all those horrific birds last night. I went down a rabbit hole of birds and I started sending Roxy a bunch of pictures and videos of scary fucking birds because I got terrified and I scared myself because I saw a shoe-bill stork, whatever the fuck that shit is called. That shit looks like a fucking Muppet.
A small little mistake of mine. I discovered that Aramouse has been a VTuber for like 2016 too. She's probably one of the also a really old VTuber. So mistake of mine, I'm sorry. Or the colorful silver veil.
Wait. Oh, populate me.
Or bunny gif.
Hey, do you fart? Oh my god, okay, I'm sorry.
They both have two big eyes. The edgy Zentreya. The badass Zentreya.
Okay, now says
Niana's with her weird fetish and seal fascination. Fascination, I guess. Fascination, I guess. The techno called Miku.
Okay, sorry, I took myself off push to talk. Hi.
It's okay, hi! I'm so... Oh, okay! Oh my god!
And many others. And other already established content creators joined the craze too, like Pokimane. But that isn't exactly a really great part of the VTuber phenomenon.
Iron Mouse says, "Welcome to the community. Please don't ever apologize for finding fun in becoming a VTuber. This is a wonderful, welcoming community, and we are all happy to have you join us. If you need any help, I'm here for you. VTuber Poki is adorable." Butcher says, "This shit is just gross. She makes fun of Gundam for having a model as his avatar, and then this? She announces this shit one day after Hololive ENvtuber's debut. Yeah, totally not a blatant cash grab. This goes against everything that a VTuber should stand for. Being a VTuber should be about having fun and entertaining others only with your personality. Something I don't think Poki even has. Once again, something made in Japan is just being ruined by others."
VTubing is kind of like this niche thing, and I'm gonna say VTubing almost feels like Gunpla to me, where it's like only a few people are allowed in, and if they don't like you, they don't want you.
This is people within the VTubing community, which I hate to generalize, but I mean, given the reaction that I've seen here, it looks like it's something that I would not want to take part in. Seems extremely negative and condescending of people trying to get into the hobby for whatever reason.
I mean, look at this design. I don't know what she paid for this, but she needs a refund. Honestly, it's not even a VTuber. It's just a model of herself. Like, what's the point? Don't unleash this plague upon this community. I know VTubers are bigger than ever right now, but I hope to God it doesn't reach that critical breaking point where everyone and their autistic cousin becomes a VTuber to milk out this niche until it's bone dry and overused. How was this even made? In MS Paint?
Hi.
So at the end of September of 2020, a longtime streamer from Twitch, Pokimane was one of the many content creators that got into the VTube craze, but with a unique result that the others didn't have. So some VTubers and VTweeters, to be debuted VTubers and other people with nothing better to do, decided to tweet that disapprove that Pokimane could become a VTuber. Why? Let's take a look at the video from Bo Blacks. He is a YouTuber that reads tweets when drama happens, so let's listen.
A VTuber called Athena responds to Pokimane by saying, "You are cashing in on a trend. You are already famous and have showed your face. Why now? We work our hearts out. There's so many small VTubers that deserve recognition. You are hopping on a trend and satirizing it more. How dare you?" Pokimane responds by saying, "I understand where you were coming from, and you are absolutely entitled to that opinion. I tried to repeatedly mention on my stream that I don't want to encroach on the VTuber community, and I mentioned that anyone interested should check out the numerous creators that have been doing this for years. In my opinion, this is the future. Plus, I think it's so cool and a great alternative for anyone that doesn't want to use a cam for whatever reason. I hope to partake in a respectful manner. However, your feelings are still valid, and I respect that you or others may not support me. Wish you and the whole community the best of luck. I'll be listening to people's feedback and doing my best to be considerate." Christina says, "Pokimane coming in to ruin the VTuber trend like." Tyler says, "The VTuber move was truly a 2 out of 10 Pokimane, showing that he blocked her." Wow. Circus Hellspawn says, "Pokimane is seriously chasing the VTuber trend now? Is she trying to be the next Arta? Is she that desperate?" Pwoxy says, "Why are Pokimane VTuber eyes bigger than Baylith?" I'm Sugar says, "Man, I feel bad for Pokimane on the lowest of keys. She gets shit on by Leafy so hard she decides to take a break for a month, comes back, and now she's being dragged by the VTuber community. I'm calling it now. She'll have a breakdown and everyone's going to run back apologizing." Fades Ender says, "Pokimane is becoming a VTuber. That's it. This marks the beginning of the end of the VTuber era. And you know that despite how many people don't want her to continue with this, she's gonna do it anyways. And that'll cause other popular streamers to follow suit and ruin what a VTuber is supposed to be." Seal says, "Why is Pokimane debuting as a VTuber now? I'ma count to 3, and that shit better be deleted." Marzi VTuber says, "Pokimane looks like she's having fun. I'm happy. She's not stealing views. She's very established already. If anything, her becoming a VTuber opens the door for more people to find out about us. That's tons of people who now know what term to search for if they enjoy it." Harris Heller says, "The most noteworthy thing Pokimane's latest announcement did was expose how toxic the VTuber community is." Ryan says, "I think Pokimane becoming a VTuber will positively change Twitch. Making this an option for any streamer to do by normalizing it is a good thing in my opinion. If you were too uncomfortable to show your face on stream, this is a great alternative. I think viewers like seeing a streamer's reactions, and I think this is a great and creative asset to make that. And people are upset about it because it being normalized? Makes no sense. You don't need to gatekeep this." Wild Spartan's response to Ryan by saying, "I don't really get why anyone is upset. With this kind of tech only improving, I kinda just thought it was bound to happen eventually. People play VR chat with custom personas all the time, and no one has questioned it. Lots of VR streamers use full body models too." Robotic Alien says, "My feeling when seeing Pokimane becoming a VTuber and hopping on the trend." Tucker says, "I was doing half-assed VTuber streams last week, and nobody gave me shit for it. So I don't know why everyone is giving shit to Pokimane for actually trying to do it the right way." JC responds to him by saying, "You need to understand that on the internet, not everyone is welcome in every community. I'm not on anyone's side here. I'm just explaining why they give her shit. She's simply not welcome in their community." Tucker responds, "Is all content with a virtual avatar approved by some absolute union of VTubers? Like, what are you on about?"
So as you can see, people wanted basically gatekeeping being a VTuber and created a bunch of excuses in form of being a VTuber is about insert arbitrary reason. I will give a quick opinion of mine. If any of you that hated Pokimane for her VTuber experiment, did you get angry when people like Sue and or Bunny Ayumi became VTubers too? No? Then you're just being an asshole. But for those that don't like it because of the "it's a Gundam" situation, I will say that at least you are somewhat right, and I could agree with that, but you still are an asshole. During a good period, during the fall, nothing major happened in the VTuber scene. There were some temporary memes, trends, and a bunch of debuts. The so-called Hololive English debuted, but nothing major. Until on 5 and 24 of November of 2020, the Project Melody band and the VTuber agency VShojo debuted, in this respective order. Project Melody already told our story in this video, but now we are going to speak about an unfortunate event that happened to her. I'm pretty sure that some of you that saw Project Melody content, and I mean every type of content.
Hello, my science team. Are we feeling very scientific today? Don't talk about my taco, you'll embarrass me. Finland, did you know you don't exist? Reddit told me so. Happy 2 a.m. and 3 a.m. to some of you guys. You must be so sleepy. Am I in bed with you?
We wonder who did the model, right? Well, the answer is Digitref. Digitref is a 3D artist, animator, ex-game dev, modeler that made the model for Project Melody, including most things you can find in the room, plus that little robot that used to appear on her streams. And as you can see, he is a hell of an artist. So now we're going to speak about what event these two personalities got themselves into. GTTF was approached by Project Melody and her manager, which is never mentioned by another thing but Melody's manager, to make the well-known 3D avatar of Project Melody, which would be used mainly for adult reasons. Now, what happens next few people know about, but Digi knowing about what his working was going to be used for.
Thank you, I broke your tip virginity. Oyasumi nasai. 大丈夫です。大丈夫です。大丈夫ですか？調子はどう？調子はどう？
Did not want to have his name connected with adult entertainment, and so for a time period he did not work on the model, but eventually he decided to work with them to make Melody's body. The reasons are not really clear, but I personally think was because he thought that because of what she was going to do with the model, few people would notice, so he did his commission. What he didn't know was the event that made the wells of the VTuber boom in motion. And so the event known as Project Melody Twitch ban happened. At 5 of November 2020, Project Melody Twitter longer was made, which contains at the time the only source of information about the event between Melody and Digi. My Twitch ban plus struggles with Digi. Many of you probably are wondering about the recent Twitch ban, so I wanted to share some context about my Twitch ban since it relates to an issue I've been dealing with the last several months. A 3D modeler Digi filed a DMCA takedown on all of my VODs, claiming that he owns the copyright to my body. He had also been posting about this on Twitter for weeks as well. But since I tried to avoid drama, I've ignored it. It's been hard. Given that he is now trying to get me deplatformed, he has escalated the issue and now I have to make a response, publicly, which includes providing all the relevant receipts. First, here's the DMCA takeout showing that Digi filed it. Here's the proof of she's been banned from a DMCA from Digi. Second, here's the invoice he sent me, sessions blank out to protect private info. The price quote was $5,000 for my entire body and design. Next to that you will see the PayPal invoice paid to him for that exact amount. To make sure we went in agreement regarding my ownership of the IP, I messaged him about it beforehand and he agreed that I would own all the IP, not him. The message is also included below. And here are the details of their business, including a part of a conversation. Hey, I'm filling out the copyright registration for Melody since we're close to completion. I just need to know if you want to be listed in the registration as an author. I'm going to put myself as well. Yeah, just put like character design, modeler, but you own the IP. Yeah. Normally I say it would qualify as a work for hire, but since we don't have a contract outlining that, this technically doesn't qualify. Either way, I can still hold the IP rights. I just also need to list the actual author. Yeah, I mean, with stuff like this, it's kinda like most entertainment industries, there is artist creative type, but the IP owner and publisher is someone else. It's necessary to have someone prove if we end up talking to someone to say, yeah, I helped, but in the end, this is yours. So from all this we can see that Digi has received the money that he priced on the commission, but also that the ownership of the Melody character was not Digi's but Melody's, the person. At some point he asked if I would be interested in a partnership deal with his company, Giga Music Group. I was interested in hearing about the deal, but at that point I hadn't agreed to anything, only that I'd like to hear what they had to offer. Over the next few months he still continued to help me with things, but refused compensation for it. Even though I offered to pay him often, he said it wasn't a big deal each time. Here are some examples. Now, a small detail, when Melody sent these 5 pictures, I noticed that they were not in order. The dates did not match the position of each screenshot, so the order that I figured out was the correct one was the following. This starts with the 3rd screenshot, then the 4th, the 1st, the 2nd, And the last one is the incorrect place, is the last screenshot and is the most recent one. Mel proves that with this that she was willing to pay Digi for his extra work, and also Digi didn't want payment at the time. Maybe he will want it later. That is good business, partners. So for my snarky comment. Around my Giga Music group finally sent me their proposed offer. They wanted $40,000 a month for their services, because I was advised by others in the industry to not take the deal given that it was grossly inflated and often unnecessary service. I opted to work with another company. He then started claiming that because of the work he had already done that I was expecting to work with them. I told him he should have let me know that, since I would have insisted I either pay him or not have him to do the work at all, even though I would never agree to a contract when I have no idea what the terms of it are. I did offer to pay him for all the work that he felt he wasn't compensated for. This included telling him to send me a reasonable invoice and I'll pay it. Show above. Instead, he decided to DM me to insult me and call me unprofessional. This was 6 months ago, and still he continues to say I haven't paid him and has yet to send me an invoice. In here we can see that Digi and Giga Music Group wanted some payment, a really big paycheck demanding Melody to join them. This kinda sounds like some sort of mafia move if I'm honest. It seems that Digi wanted to make free work so that Melody would accept more easily join Giga Music Group. And here's the thing, this type of move is a gamble. And as you can see, he lost it. But it seems that he promises to Giga that she would join them. So not only his idea failed and he looked like, with all due respect, an idiot, Digi should have been clear about his intentions with Melody and not guilt trip her, if this is even the right term, to join Giga. And Digi went in baby mode and is insulting Melody, and Melody decided to ignore him. If only it was that simple. Once there was that falling out, I didn't hear from Digi for several months, and I thought that was the end of it. He went on to launch Waifu, and I was glad he was off doing his own thing. Then in August he wrote to me again, insisted that I needed to follow and interact with Waifu, his company idol project character, because I own him. I told him that because of our working relationship and so poorly, I didn't feel comfortable interacting with his new project, but I wished him the best of luck. He did not take that well again, insisted that I own him for the work he did, and vaguely threatened to talk to Vice because I don't seem to understand him. Finally, he offered to drop all of it, stop claiming that I never paid it, and leave me alone if I boosted Waifu. I was very upset, but in the interest of just getting all behind me and be done with it, I swallowed my pride and agreed. This was on the condition that 1. Leave me alone, and 2. Sign a document making it clear that I own everything. He kept claiming that I didn't, although I had the invoice and text confirmation. It was more for making it clear to him. I wanted this done and over with, so I could focus on streaming and making content and all of the time consuming projects I still have in work. A few days after I offered that, he responded telling me it was a terrible offer for him to sign a document saying the extra things he made me were mine, despite them being gifts, in exchange for interacting with his new project. He then demanded $45,000 along with 25% of merch sales, even though by this point I had stopped using all the assets he made. Although I owned them, they were reminders of the leverage he thought he had over me. That's what happened to Tom, since so many people were wondering about his whereabouts. The links opens to this screenshot of basically confirming what Melody said about Digi. It's a bit long, I'm going to just jump it. Man, this dude is the man. After this message, I stopped responding to Digi. He was rude, insulting, and I was done with his harassment. He still continued to publicly slander me on Twitter and Discord daily, even today. He hasn't stopped. I finally blocked him after he kept saying shitty things about me. Now he has resorted to trying to deplatform me, starting with Twitch. I didn't want to be involved in drama. I want to continue streaming and having fun with my friends and my community. I'm lucky enough to have a career that I absolutely love, with supportive and ridiculous friends. I don't know what the fuck that word means. and he is trying to take all that away, even though I paid him for my body. That's what the DMCA claim is for. By the way, not the toms, not one of my CV toys, not music, not for being too explicit. I've been good on Twitch, but no, because Digi thinks he owns me. He thinks this even after I paid him for it, as you can see in those invoices. Even though back on December 5th, 2019 at 3:42 PM, he agreed that I own the IP, he's just the character designer / modeler. That's what his copywriting strike me on. I'm really sorry I kept this from all of you for so long. I've been dealing with this for months and it's giving me endless stress, which made me cancel streams some days because I was too shaky from the anxiety. I never wanted to hide things from you guys and I tried to be transparent, unless it's a cool thing I want to announce. I kept expecting it to resolve itself since the initial claim and no merit. It was also kind of embarrassing since I didn't want to announce, hey, someone I hired to make something for me is harassing me and demanding more money. Understandably so. Well, from this I will say this to this desperate to get melody. Sorry for the pun. And this might be the part where most people that were curious to make business with Digi might have already an idea of what he is and maybe will not talk to him if he is willing to break his part of the commission deal. I'm not looking for more drama, I just wanted him to leave me alone so I can focus on my channel and community and save my stress for the cool projects I will continue to do in the future and probably I can handle on my own. Squishy face. And after this, the internet started what they do best, making questions and make a fair and judge. Sorry, no, I can't entertain this idea. People literally believe in the Twitter longer without question. I don't mean like everyone is in the wrong to be the melody side, but the way that people did is the wrong one. What I mean, well, the events did happen like that, but no one listened to Digi's side. But to be honest, he didn't say much back on the day, but the silence would end at 31 of December 2020. What happened on that date? Well, Digi also made a Twitter longer, which doesn't defend him, but shows his side of the drama. I wanted to speak more about this, but his tweet is really long and this is already a long video, so maybe I will make a video revisiting the Project Melody DV drama in the future. Well, November was a pretty rough start for Melody, but at least in the end of November, something really positive happened to her and other 5 VTubers. VShojo is an American VTuber talent agency. Their objective is to help backup VTubers with their VTuber tech, beauty, bureaucratic aspect of being a content creator. In a nutshell, they deal with everything that doesn't concern content itself, but is important behind the scene. And their starting VTubers were, and still are, the weird Natasha Nyanders, the Dragon Zedtreya, the lovely Cyril, the adorably chaotic Ira Mouse, and Project Melody. But also there were 2 others that would debut later, those being the interesting undead apricot or fruit, and the big boo Hime Hajime. Now if you paid attention to the names that I mentioned and not the booba of Hime, you may have noticed that Melody has become corporate, or at least non-indie. For me personally this was an odd decision, but after knowing that things only changed for the better for everyone involved, so that's good, but I still have some opinions about VShojo and their members, and I much rather speak about it on another video. Another video I will do in the future will be about Hime Hajime. There's an interesting situation about herself. You will know when I do the video. So back to the VTuber phenomenon. So VShojo appears, all the girls do whatever they want, so everything is good. We also, in the summer of 2022, we learned how VTubers are had on VShojo, with Veiwei entering the VShojo agency. So they are had one at the time, unlike Hololive where they announced a bunch of them at once. Still there is no new VShojo VTuber. Hi, it's M from the future. It's currently 6th of July of 2022 and I just want to say that VShojo would open applications so people could join VShojo. It's kind of like Hololive, except I think they're going to debut one at a time. I'm not really sure. Yeah, that's it. Let's continue to the video. And now there's another event I need to speak about that happened similar to the Pokimane one. Looking at everything that has happened up to this point, you might be thinking about how could there be another event like the Pokimane one? Well, it was a situation that, although had a shorter duration and the amount of people involved were less, but the person that was involved with the term VTuber was, well, it was PewDiePie. And literally, PewDiePie, the most subscribed YouTuber. He jumped for fun into the VTuber idea and it was interesting. By the look of his live streams, you can see that he's not taking the VTuber formula seriously and he's just having fun with it. That is what is on the surface, but no, that's it. He is just having fun with the VTuber formula. So who would have problems with this? Well, these people.
In order to rejuvenate his career and escape the constant scrutiny of being called a white supremacist, PewDiePie did the only thing he could do. He decided he would VTube as Ellen DeGeneres.
It's 100% naive to think that PewDiePie being a VTuber is a good thing for indie VTubers. Sure, there's more exposure to the scene, but do you really want
new fans in? Will bring new viewers that are interested. Oh, look, let's cut the shit out, okay? The VTubing community isn't this bastion of human decency or amazingness, alright? The VTuber community is a bit weird. I don't care. I've said it. There you go. Basically, the VTubing community is this. We only care about people that are popular, specifically girls that are a part of some mega conglomerate VTubing corporation, and it's just like, wow, consumerism times 100, please, Stu. And everyone's jerking off furiously as they throw money to virtual girls.
This next example says, PewDiePie becoming a VTuber scares me. Please, push him out of the VTuber community.
Ow! If PewDiePie becoming a VTuber scares you, I'd hate to see what would happen if you were ever robbed. You would probably explode into nothingness. Ow! You know, it just gone. Just spontaneously combust.
And another example reads, hello, I've heard PewDiePie is becoming a VTuber. If you support this, follow him, or consume his content, please unfollow me. I do not want
you here. Well, Queen, only 2 people bothered to like your fucking tweet and 1 quoted it. Don't worry, you're not on the radar. I hate to break it to you, baby, but you're not losing millions of fans with this bold and brave statement.
And in response to the first tweet that we read, there's also this that says, honestly, the one thing I was super worried about was this VTuber thing is going to be adopted by racists, and the novelty won't be pure anymore.
Wait, what? What? What would a racist want with VTubers? It's the gayest shit ever. You think some racist is gonna sit there and go, I'll tell you what, boy, we could recruit more kids if I could just make myself an anime girl with nice bouncy titties. It's not how it works. I'm not sure how it works, but I'm pretty sure that isn't it. If it was, World War II would have been totally different. It would have been Lolitas storming the beaches, taking out the Allied forces, maids and schoolgirls screaming, ooh, woo, I shot you.
It's not surprising after some recent events with the career of Pewds and also the current state of the internet that this type of people would appear and make their claims about Pewds and how he is affecting or how his presence has affected the VTuber community. And I will answer that question for those people. Nothing. His presence did nothing for the VTuber community. But let me say this. If those people hadn't made those tweets, VTubers would have a bigger audience. But thanks to that mini drama, it just showed how toxic and gatekeeping and unwelcome VTubers can be to everyone on outside of the community. That was a bit dark, but thankfully, after that, other VTubers work hard to make and show a small bit of positivity to outsiders, and thankfully it has worked. Well, 2 famous content creators experimenting with the VTuber formula and both only show the toxicity of this community. Very unfortunate. And before I finally finish the video, I want to say something after editing this video. So, it's been a long time to make this. I don't even know if it was worth the time, honest. But I had some fun doing this video. It was a good experimentation also to test not only my communication skills or presentation skills even, as well as take the dust out of my editing skills, refine a bit more my writing skills, and to research a bit of the history of our community. As you have noticed, this is my first real project to this channel, and my debut is going to be on 26th of September. So, I'd like to thank to all the reviewers that helped check this video, all the phases of this video, from the first phase, And I would like to give a special shout out and a special thank you to Jackie, who was responsible for reviewing the last phase of this video. I really hope that you enjoy this video. There's a lot of things that happened with the production of this video in the community and in my life, but I'm already spending too much time over this. I'm not scripting this part. I'm literally looking at Audacity right now to the bars just raising up, so I'm not gonna waste your money or time. Well, I'm going to do the typical YouTuber thing. So if you like the video, give a like, leave a comment, share the video. Sharing really helps the channel and helps a lot this video too. And if you like this video and would like to see more like it, you could always subscribe to the channel to keep in touch, so you can, well, see equal content as others. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you really enjoy this, and hope to see you in my debuts. Hope you see you in another videos. Hope you see you in another project. Oh, follow me on Twitter, because I sometimes over there sharing, liking stuff, so yeah, go over there, check it out. I still did not find my outro, so I will just say, what should I say as a good okay, for now it's just goodbye. See you on the next video. Bye bye.